I'm Emma, a certified dog trainer.
And I'm Kirsten, a certified dog behavior consultant.
And this is Dog Chats. Join us as we chat about dog behavior, having fun with your dogs, and building relationships. We will offer practical advice and a bit of humor. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 31. We're going to talk about some summer fun today. The weather's getting really nice here, and I know our very first episodes we talked about camping and stuff that was fun
2
to
years
do.
ago.
I know, it was a long time ago. We figured we'd do a little refresher.
Now that we're so mature.
Of course, and we do different things with our dogs. And I even have another dog since we started.
Oh,
there he
right,
is,
nice,
scratching himself.
nice. And I just want to start with saying summer's my favorite time of year.
The days are longer, and today especially was one of those days. Of course, I was thinking about this episode, and I was just looking at my dogs earlier on today. They were both out in the sun.
Yeah.
One was lying on the lawn, and the other one was up on the deck, and they were just so enjoying it.
Yeah, I love it. And especially this time of year before it's too hot. And I was out weeding, and foster dog was helping me dig out some of the weeds. That was fun. Yeah, he's a digger. And in the summer, I'm taking those dogs for a walk and without a headlamp in the daylight, and that changes
That must
everything.
be great.
It's so great. And then I'm in bed at 8, so I don't get to do an evening walk.
Oh, I thought you meant to go back to bed.
Oh, no. But I love summer evenings.
We now have to think about getting our dogs out early in the morning or later in the evening. It's usually better early in the morning. That seems to be cooler than in the evenings. Like there was a time here in California that the evenings used to get cool.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen so much anymore.
Sorry, I just got stressed thinking about that. So I see clients at 11:30 and 1 because of the winter, and now I haven't
You have
changed
to
that.
change.
And all of a sudden I'm like, oh no.
I know, because now we have
to
to
be
kind
too
of go really early or evening
Yeah.
sessions if they're outside because it's really too hot for the dogs.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this in those first couple of episodes, just talking about pavement
Mm-hmm.
and how hot it can get.
Yeah.
And just testing it yourself. Like yesterday I did that, and actually it was fake grass I did it because you don't think about how much that heats up, but it really does.
Yeah.
And I just put the palm of my hand down there, and if it's not comfortable for the palm of your hand, then it's not going to be comfortable on their paws.
So true. And I had a friend who was talking about their dog didn't want to go on the walk, or was on the walk and then stopped. And it wasn't even that hot, but it was a rocky fire road. And I think the rocks were warm.
Yeah. So we just have to really be careful of ways they get hot. Like on the hot days, I see people walking their dogs, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, that's
I know.
hard.
They're
Sometimes I see people running their dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is really hard for the dog. We
Really.
just have to remember their bodies work differently than us. Like one of those really tells that a dog has been out in the heat too long is that panting, and the mouth is wide open and they're panting like crazy, and the tongue is like
Yeah.
halfway down their body.
Yeah. Sometimes foaming too if they're getting thirsty. And then you got to think about if it's a black dog and just how those guys heat up even faster.
We want to be careful with our dogs not to get them overheated. And every dog is an individual, as we talk about all the time. Like my little guy, he could just go all day in the heat. I think it would be perfectly fine for him. But Kiva does not like the heat.
Yeah.
She's, yeah, no, I don't want to be out in this too much longer. Like she likes to lay in it and in the grass, but that door is always open to give her the option to come back in. And she doesn't stay out there all that long, but she heats herself up.
Yeah,
She's like, "I'm done."
yeah, that's so funny because I think about Neve, my little sunbather, a hairless Chihuahua. She should probably have sunscreen on. I'm a bad dog mama, but she loves laying on the hot pavement. Like I have to go out and move her on my driveway. But then in the winter, like I can't even get her to go outside if it's overcast.
Like,
God
it's
forbid it's
cold.
raining. But she's also one of my dogs who loves water and like playing with the kiddie pool I have. And last year a late night Instagram moment. They actually know when I'm getting super tired and they start sending me ads that I can't resist for dog stuff. The little man on Instagram watching me. But it's like a blow up slip and slide for dogs, but it was in a circle and the edge just blows up. And so it's like a fountain and it looks so fun. And I turned it on and all the dogs ran. I'm like, what is that?
That is so scary.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna
But Neve ran through it a few times just to make me happy.
yeah.
But it came with a little tag that said water watcher. So one of the dogs could be the lifeguard. And so,
That's so cute.
yeah, I have a picture of Charlie wearing that because Charlie was like, no, thank you. I'm not going to participate. I'll just watch. I'll
That
be the
is so
safety.
cute.
Charlie, as a puppy, loved the water, but I had this brainstorm to take him paddleboarding. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I had paddleboarded with Bear the pug and kayaked with Bear the pug for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And somehow that little pug could balance on the tip of a kayak and never fell off the paddleboard. 5 minutes into the ride with Charlie, he's in a harness and on a leash, luckily, but he just looked over the edge of the paddleboard, poof, and went under.
Oh no.
I know, it was so
I know.
sad.
Little
Oh, he
life
hates
vest he needs.
I know, he has one now.
Yeah, but he doesn't
He
want to
doesn't
go
want to go in the
water.
water. No.
It's
Like,
not
no,
for
thank
him.
you.
A beach is an alternative,
Oh, yeah.
right? He doesn't have to go in the water, but
Yeah.
he can still be cool and have those pads hit the nice sandy, cool beach.
They all love the beach.
If you're
I
down
love
by
the
the
beach.
water. Yeah, we can do that in the winter as well, but it's not the same as doing it in the
It's not.
summer.
No.
The lovely breeze and the sun shining and the water glistening.
Yeah.
And that's fun. My two don't go in the ocean at all. They don't want to have anything to do with it. My last dog did. He would jump right in to get a ball, but the other one would just stay on the outskirts, just waiting for him to come back
Yeah.
and saying, I'm not going to jump in there. I'm waiting for you to come back so I can chase you. But the beach is a lovely place to go if your dogs enjoy it.
Yeah. That makes me want to go there now. But I wish, you know how there's sniff spots?
Yes.
I wish there was a beach sniff spot so I could have it to myself.
But all our beaches are public.
I know. But wouldn't that be wonderful if somebody had a sniff spot beach?
Beach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just a little bit in case somebody doesn't know what a sniff spot is.
Oh, yeah. Sniff spot is kind of like Airbnb of people's yards for dogs. Or sometimes it's not even yards, sometimes it's just land they own. So I've been having so much fun lately going to sniff spots with my own dogs and client dogs because then I don't have to worry about what other dogs or people are around.
How about if the day is really hot? We have 2 episodes that are wintry games, and those could also be summery games.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would encourage people to go back and look at our wintry games. And if the day is too hot and you need to do something inside with your dog, take a look at those.
Yeah, perfect. Because that middle of the day, like what often happens for my dogs on the hot day is they're inside all day, just sleeping around, and then they're wild at 5 or 6 when I'm home from work and tired.
You're like, stop.
yeah.
Please stop.
But yeah, that's a great idea to do some of the scenting treasure hunts or
do some tricks with anything like that. Are you going on any road trips or camping trips?
I want to talk about when I went on last year.
Absolutely.
So we brought Charlie to essentially a KOA. I think it was a KOA, and you could rent a cabin, which was super fun because now I'm old. It's hard to be in a tent. So we had this cute little cabin, and then we went down to Carmel and rented bikes with sidecars made for dogs. So Charlie got to be in the sidecar and he jumped right in. I never thought he would do it. And he just put his little chin on the edge of the sidecar and we rode around Carmel and he watched the world.
And he didn't mind that at all?
He didn't mind it. He loved it, actually, the wind in his hair. It was ridiculous. And we'd stop every half hour and let him out and walk around a little bit. And every time he'd jump right back in.
That's great.
Mad Dog Bikes. You have to check it out on Instagram.
And it's in Carmel?
Carmel and Monterey.
That's
and they're
so
made
fun.
specifically for dogs, so they have
They're
like
all
the harness
safety stuff and everything.
Yeah,
that's a great outing.
Yeah, it was life changing.
And you see a lot of dogs any place during the summer you go to now. Everybody brings their dogs with them, so they're either Airbnbs they're staying in or hotels. There's a lot of dog-friendly hotels as well that they can stay in. Yeah. And of course, we like to camp, so that's a little different. It's a little bit more out there and more rustic than a fancy hotel.
So fun for the dogs.
It is so fun for the dogs. I think in one of the other episodes I mentioned my previous dog. We tried hotels with him. He was a little scared of the world, so the hotels were a little bit too much. If he could hear next door, if he could hear noise coming from there, or trying to move through the hotel with him was always challenging. He had a hard time. It made him very anxious to stay in a hotel. So that's why we actually got a travel trailer.
Yeah. To
just go places with him. You just go right out your door and you're off on a walk together.
I love it. There's a lot more dogs. Do you notice that? When we used to camp with the dogs, it didn't feel like everybody had a dog.
Definitely, and we talked about that. When you walk around the campsites, you have to be really careful in case a dog just jumps out.
Yeah.
So let's go back to road trips. Let's get that again. Okay. We're probably all going to do a road trip, or maybe go camping, or maybe go on a small vacation with our dogs during the summer.
Yeah.
There's lots of pet-friendly cafes, places that take dogs, so we can do that.
I know. My summer trip is that I rented a cabin on 2 fenced-in acres, and I can bring all 4 dogs.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be my Walden Pond. That's where I'm going to write my book.
When are you going to start writing your book? What month is that?
July.
July. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know what it's about.
But that's where you're going to start.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. if we can get away on a little travel trailer trip this summer, we'll try and do that too.
Yeah.
Just enjoy this weather and just an outing where we can just be out in nature.
Grill
That's
with
all
your
I would do.
dogs.
Yeah.
Cook them up some steaks.
Have a fire.
Yeah.
My dogs like to sit by the fire. I'm lucky the last one didn't. He didn't like the smoke. And where, like, even if you go to cafes now, which is another thing I love to do, go have a cup of coffee and bring the dogs with me. And then as we talk about, we both do mat work. I put down a towel, the dogs just sit and chill there. I might bring something for them to chew. And we're just sitting outside having a lovely cup of coffee and maybe something to eat. And we're all just hanging out together.
I love it. I want a picture of that.
Okay.
Because I want listeners to send us photos, or if they've got photos in their own Instagram, to tag Dog
That'd be
Chats.
great. That'd be great. And I have a Gmail for everybody this time. If they want to send a photo that way,
Okay.
I have dogchats95@gmail.com.
95, because that's the year we were born.
Yeah, of course, because I'm just a kid. Somebody else has dog chats, so I had to go with the 95.
Oh, I love it. All right, good. It's easy to remember.
I don't know why the 95 came up, but of course, yeah, it's the year I was born. What about bringing a dog to a picnic? We talked about this in the second episode that we did.
Yeah.
Just about bringing your dog to a place where everybody's eating, whether to bring them or not to bring them.
See, my whole thing is it depends on what other dogs are there.
That too makes a difference.
Yeah.
And if there's kids there too, that would make a difference for me as well.
Yeah. I would like to have my own picnic at a stiff spot with no dogs or people.
I like that too. We're
Yeah.
talking about dog outings, but honestly, if somebody invited me to a party, my dogs are going to have a great time that morning.
Yeah.
We're going to go out for our walk.
Yeah.
We're going to get all the things done. We're going to tire them out. And then they're going to rest while I go out and enjoy myself.
Oh my gosh. There was the Woodacre garage sale this
Mhm.
weekend. People came from all over Marin County. Everybody had a dog. And I didn't even think about that. Oh, I'm going to a big garage sale. I'm going to bring my dog. But it was like a dog fest, whether or not the dogs wanted it. And people are there like trying to shop, not paying attention to their dog on leash. And there were so many dog scuffles. And it was really hard for me. I just had to keep looking away.
What I want you to do next year is set up a table, ask the trainer.
Yeah. So smart.
Everybody
Yeah.
passing can
Yeah.
chat with you.
Yeah.
It's your little marketing, your own garage sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fascinating. And it's probably because I don't have hypersocial dogs that want to go out in the world and do everything. And some people do.
Yeah. Really think about, what does your dog really want to do? Not what you want them to do.
Okay.
Because I would love to have my dogs do everything, but I know they can't.
Yeah.
If I'm bringing them to the beach, it's not necessarily for me,
Right.
although I enjoy it as well. I love the ocean. But I'm paying attention to them.
And I'm walking.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to set up camp because in 5 minutes Mick would.
They'd all
Be
be
announcing his
bored.
territory.
They're like,
Oh no, he'd be working.
oh, he'd be like,
He'd be
hello,
like,
who
"Don't
are
come here."
you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Get back, get back.
Keep
Move
moving.
along.
And Kiva, although she's better now, tends to stalk a little bit. So I have to be really careful on the beach with her. She has sometimes where she'll be off leash and sometimes where she's on leash.
Yeah.
And Buddy came to us because he obviously rambled off somewhere, and he does potter. He likes to potter off. You have to keep an eye on him on the beach because he could be just rambling, deciding who's his next family.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
just going, hey, how you doing? What's
Yeah.
going on?
He's an
Where are you
optimist.
going?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And playing ball on the beach can be fun too.
Yes,
That's-
your dog shares the ball.
Yeah. Do you know Buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't like sharing his
Yeah.
ball, so you have to be careful of that too.
I was thinking of making the frisbee. He's great with frisbees as long as nobody touches it or looks at it.
Yeah, but he's not so great with sharing. Everything else he's fine moving around, but with the ball, he's, no, that
Yeah.
belongs to me. It's
It's
100% mine.
Too special to share. Yeah, I get that.
So you have to watch it. And I am like a radar on the beach because of my previous dog. So I look at the dog off in the distance and I go, okay, that dog is not going to work with this dog, so we're leashing up and we're going to arc like
Yeah.
way off on the other side of the beach and let them pass on the other side.
Don't you love that when you're looking at the human also? I was in a park the other day and with one of my foster dogs, and he was on leash, and a golden retriever came over and said hi to that, moved around, and then all of a sudden I see this guy who's super intense, hopefully he doesn't listen to the podcast, super intense, and he's throwing the ball for his dog, and it's like really frenetic. And we're walking by, and all of a sudden, this husky mix beelines for the foster dog, and the guy starts screaming. I'm going to say the name. Spike, no, Spike, no. And I'm like, oh, that's not helping. That's not going to. And so I'm trying to remain calm, and we're all calm. And then he goes and grabs Spike, and we walk away, and then another dog comes, and he's, Spike, no. And it was great because a woman in the park just hanging out yelled, stop yelling at your dog. It's not helping. You're making us tense. Go. And he left. I was like, okay, thank you. Because that's what I wanted to say. But
Oh, that's hard. It's hard. It's one of those things that you deal with at the beach or any place that they're off leash.
Yeah.
That you have to keep an eye on them.
And Spike probably was fine.
Yeah.
If his human wasn't screaming at him.
But it's always good to, if you are on the beaches, just take a look at what's coming your way. Because some dogs just want to be with their people. They don't want to be bothered.
Yep.
And if you've got a dog that's crazy social, that wants to go up and say hi to everybody, including the people, then think about it.
Yeah, we have to be mindful of that.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And on the beach is if there's kids playing in the sand, because they're usually crouching down and playing, is I will put my dogs on a leash. Because they might just be going over to say hi, but I don't want them to scare the kids.
One of the reasons I think I don't sit at the beach is because my labs used to go shoplifting at everybody's picnics.
Oh.
And so, that idea of the family comes and they spreads out their beautiful deli sandwiches, and my off-leash dog Malia would just make a beeline, take their sandwiches, and go. It was so embarrassing. That was in the old days when I was irresponsible.
When you were like, nobody needs to be on a leash.
Right.
What is that for?
Leash.
And I used to, Dusty, we used to sit at the beach.
Yeah.
And just hang out. But he liked to dig. So you could be eating something nice.
Yeah.
And then suddenly dig, and then there's sand all over you and all over your food. It was his favorite thing to do if you were standing still for too long.
Yeah, the bear, our pug, also, he would always have a little ball, and then he would drop the ball in the sand and try to bury it. And he'd essentially be like digging a hole, and the ball would keep getting rolling in. And oh, so funny. But then you were talking about kids. If there were any kids digging, he couldn't help himself. He'd run over and join in.
Part of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you could create some kind of digging fun in your yard too. You don't have to go to the
true.
beach.
You could use a baby pool, right? A little baby pool, and put some sand in it.
Yeah, I have a sandbox.
And what's that kind of sand that's good for? There's particularly, it's like a kid's sand.
Yeah, the play sand. Yeah,
it's the best to have.
Yeah, not the construction sand.
Not the construction sand.
It's just dusty.
Put in there.
But yeah, and then you can hide toys in there and get them started digging. Speaking of things like that, you mentioned ice cube hunting for similar game. You're in the house on a hot day. Do you do just ice, or would you make like bone broth ice?
Honestly, my previous dog loved ice. They loved just to crunch it. These two are very particular. They don't go for the ice. They pick it up and they move it somewhere, and that's about all they do. So
they're cleaning the floor with it.
It's not very enriching. They're just like, oh, it's just ice.
Yeah.
And then off they go.
I know I had a client once who was like, oh, but the ice will get messy. And I remember we came up with the idea of having a couple ice cubes in the big baking dish.
So you don't slip on the floor after it melts and they haven't. Yeah. And have you put chicken broth in? Did I remember you saying something about chicken broth? Yeah. So that's good. Just make sure it's not like a high level of sodium in it, or if you make your own chicken broth, that's fine.
Yeah, and I would even sometimes with my labs put the chicken broth ice cube in their water bowl. And that was funny. So it was like bobbing for apples.
Oh, that's cool too. Yeah. That's cool. I like that.
Cool, no pun intended. What are your dog's favorite backyard games?
Oh my God, I'm so sad.
Why?
Because they don't really have any running around. But he does like to play with the ball. Yeah. So I do that as soon as it cools down in the evening. I'll play ball with him. It's really sad. Kiva is now 7, and she's just not as playful as she was when she was younger, which makes me really sad. You really have to encourage her to play with you. She's just looks at you and goes, yeah, I'll do one spin, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes she can get jolly. Like, I know when she wants to play, she comes up to one of our windows, even though a door is open, and she looks in and then scrapes the door. And just goes, hello, anybody coming out to me?
Yeah.
I'm out here.
Oh, Charlie does that.
It'd be nice, actually, now that I think of it, I could scatter some treats out there and let them go out and do a little hunt together.
Yeah.
In the grass. There isn't anything else in our grass we had a section this summer for some reason that had burrs in it. Oh. Whatever that plant was started to grow, so I pulled out most of that. So there's nothing really they can get into. that's harmful out there, I spread some treats because I'm always thinking, oh, what could they get into? Just recently. And it's since my previous dogs, I hadn't pulled out the stuff, but I have some agility stuff.
Oh,
So I actually pulled that out on Saturday. I have a tunnel. I have like a PVC thing that I made that has like a circle that they jump through. And John, my husband, made like a platform that kind of,
teeter-totter.
a teeter-totter out of just random stuff that was around the yard. And so we were going to pull that out a little bit more and have some fun with it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I
So
love
I think
that.
they'll enjoy that. And I think Kiva will enjoy that too.
Yeah.
She'll be into that a little bit. But then she'll probably go, yeah, that was fine for 2 minutes, but now I'm done. Now I'm done.
And I'm so bad because I can't anymore because of my insurance. But when I was having clients in the yard and doing agility, and I'd set it all up for the clients, and my dogs would be in the bedroom, and then the client would leave, and the dogs would be like, yay, running around, it's our turn. And then I'm picking up the agility.
And then you're like,
sorry.
I'm tired.
Sorry.
I don't know what to do that. It is kind of sad. And like our dogs are like the cobbler's children.
Yes.
They don't get looked after as well as what we do every day with everybody else.
But they're so independent.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they can make their meals. They can do all the things on their own.
Okay, can I talk about my dog's favorite thing?
Yeah.
Trying to catch gophers.
Oh,
It's amazing. No matter what I'm doing with Charlie or Dakota, and it's funny because I'm always talking about like the form and function of the breed. Here, the poodle, Pomeranian, Chihuahuas are the gopher hunters, but like Charlie will literally lay in front of a gopher hole for an hour, and the gophers are bizarre. Like they pop up. I'm like, what? Don't you know there's a dog right there?
They're not very
And then-
smart like that.
And Charlie takes his foot and hits the gopher like whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
Like he doesn't even think to use his mouth. Thank God. But Neve, she was a very effective hunter.
Oh,
And Charlie was like, really? I've been trying to do that for years.
that's Kiva's favorite thing too, but we just don't have them here. But in the field down the street,
Yeah.
and Kiva never gets anything.
Mm.
It's a nice summer enrichment
Yeah.
thing to do because there isn't a lot of movement.
Yeah.
She just stands there
Yeah.
and she just listens, and her head goes sideways. And then she sticks her nose down there, and I'm surprised she hasn't got bitten because she's not digging the hole or anything. She's just putting her nose down there, and then she creeps to the next one and sniffs it. But I don't think she knows what to do past that. But it does give her a lot of joy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That probably gives them the most joy. And then I love when they're watching the gopher, like, I don't know if they're smelling the gopher or the earth is moving, but moving underground. And I'll just see Charlie and Dakota be at one spot and then all of a sudden be like, what? Oh, it's over there.
And then they're doing it together.
Yeah, so cute. And they are digging. But that's all right because the yard is for them.
Honestly, our yard is a mess. Like they're like nothing is even out there because they have done some digging just from running around. It's a mess.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Getting
just,
to be dogs.
it is their yard, and I don't care.
And it's a summer exploration adventure
Yeah.
to be able to be out there and experiencing.
What are some of the safety tips we can give people for summer stuff that they might do? Like if it's a road trip or just walking on hot days or just how to keep their dogs cool. I was thinking about the other day, we went out without the water and I was like, now it's time to start bringing that container with water with me again. And they make so many cool things now, where the water goes into the bowl and then it goes back into the container if it's not used. And you can just wrap it around your shoulder. And that's really useful to bring out with you and just offer them water along the way if they need it. Especially Kiva, like again, Buddy could care less, he'd be fine. But she likes to have a little bit of water, and she will actually nose it when she wants some. She'll actually nose the thing on my side.
Oh, that's cute.
Say, I'd like a little bit of water, please. It's getting a little hot out here.
Tapping the waiter.
Yeah. And road trips, just make sure if you're in your car, some tips for that. Obviously, don't leave your dog in a hot car.
Oh, of course not.
The temperature goes up pretty fast in your car, so keep that in mind.
Make sure they're seatbelted in.
Yes, or in a crate. Buddy has to be in a crate because he tends to jump all over the car, like just thinking it's like the backyard when he's in the car. So for safety, he's in his crate and he loves it. He just settles down.
Yeah. And then I know that when we go camping and like when it's really hot in the middle of the day, I have put some water on a bandana and just cool them down a little bit.
And you just kind of want to watch that they're not overheating, like we said before, that they're not panting like crazy. They can be panting a little bit.
And thinking about equipment too, I had a client, this was so brilliant of her the other day. We'd had one really hot day, but she was walking her dog in a head harness. And you don't think of this, but the dog wasn't able to pant because the nature of that head harness, I think, was just restricting the chin a little bit. So dog was on his side taking deep breaths, and she sent me the video, and I'm like, oh, he's overheating, take the head harness off. And immediately tongue came out.
He was able to breathe.
He was able to breathe, but same with muzzles.
Yeah, and that can even happen with, and Kiva used to have a much kind of heavier vesty kind of harness she'd wear, and then in the summer I had to take that off. I felt like it was just overheating too much. So just be thinking about your gear, especially the small dogs wear those kind of harnesses. And
like the jacket harness.
So they can get a little warm in the summer as well. And they have those cooling mats now too that I know we've known some dogs that have started to eat those. You have to be careful about that. But those can be good too, just to have them sit on that if they're a little hot.
And you know what? When you said jacket, it made me think of life jackets. All my dogs have life jackets. Not Mick, he's a really good swimmer. But the littles all have life jackets. When we've been out on the paddleboard or the kayak, they're suited up because even if they're a good swimmer, if you tip over and you can't grab them. Yeah,
and it depends on if the dog's a little stocky dog, then they definitely need the life jacket to be buoyant.
And they're so cute.
They're so cute.
My sister's dog, Dusty, they call him a lab dachshund. I don't know what he actually is, but he looks like that. And he kayaks with her all the time, and he's got this long life jacket. I'm excited to hear about your camping trips this summer.
I know, and yours too. I'm excited to find out about your outing with the 4 dogs.
Yes,
something new, and you're ready for the experience and the challenge of bringing them out and doing something new with them. So that sounds awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited. Mick is turning 12 next week. Oh. So the part of it was, let's get Mick out there because he doesn't often get to join us on our adventures. I've been very reflective as Mick approaches his 12th birthday. How many summers do we have with them? So spend it together.
Oh, now you're making me
really sad.
But
it's true.
I look at Kiva, and she's 7 already, and I feel, wow, those times are special.
Yeah.
And we have our dogs because we love them. We don't have our dogs because we want to train them.
No, or because we want to leave them and go on vacation all summer.
Yeah. Even if we go on vacation ourselves, it's hard to leave them behind.
Yeah, and that's okay. But make the moments count.
Yeah. Enjoy your summer. Tell us what you're doing for your summer.
I would like to challenge the listeners that if they have found a new trail or a new dog cafe, or they've invented a summer game that their dog loves, to send us a picture or a reel, and we could post that on Dog Chats.
Yeah. There's one other thing I wanted to mention just before we finish up.
Housekeeping.
If you're listening to our podcast on Spotify and you're like, where are all the episodes? We have been working on trying to get the episodes that are missing back on there.
Yeah.
But just to let you know, those episodes are available through Podbean or other
Apple Podcasts.
You can find them there. So just to let you know, we didn't just decide to go from whatever it is, 2 to 19.
Yeah.
They're there and available. It's just you'll have to look at a different platform, and we're still trying to figure out how we could get them back. But if we don't want to lose everything.
Podbean is a great site. Podbean.
Yeah.
Podbean. And you get to see pictures of Emma and I and read a little about us.
So have a great summer. We're not going anywhere. We'll have our summer episodes, but we just wanted to get you ready for it. And if there's anything you think would be good to share, get on our Instagram, and then we'll just tag you.
Yeah. Summer fun with your dogs.
Yeah. All right.
Excellent. Take
care. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in today, and hope you'll join us for our next episode. You can reach Emma at
ecdogtraining.com or on Instagram at ecdog_training, and Kirsten at
kwhappydogs.com or on Facebook at kwhappydogs. Don't forget to hit subscribe. See you next time.